So, today I do want to tell you one story, and along the way, I'll introduce you to a few of our programs and a few moments that make this story possible. But everything you hear today connects back to this one story, and I'm so excited to share it with you all. So, I want you to think back for just a moment and think about a girl you love or the young girl that you once were, right? What did she dream about? What made her light up? What did she believe was possible for herself? Um, and then I want you to think about this question. When did she stop raising her hand? Take a breath there. Think about this. You don't have to answer out loud. If you do feel like answering, please feel free to share your feedback in the chat. That quiet moment when confidence begins to shrink, this is where our story begins. So, there is a reason this question matters. A recent national survey followed thousands of teenage girls, and what they found out was very concerning. Between the ages of about 8 and 14, girls experience a sharp decline in their confidence. So, right around the age of 12, nearly half of them stop speaking up in class. Um, Even if they know the answer, they're less likely to raise their hands and answer the questions. This isn't about ability, right? They're intelligent. It's not about their intelligence. It boils back down to their confidence. And as adults, as parents, as caregivers, this should, be where we stop and we start asking questions. Why are our girls shrinking between the ages of 8 and 14? Why are they getting silent? It cannot be ignored. So here's what's important to understand. Girls do not suddenly become adolescents and then lose their talent, right? They don't lose their intelligence, and certainly they don't lose their potential. They lose their confidence. And then the world kind of gets loud. So that adolescent stage, it's such a fragile time, right? Think back to when you were about 12 or 13 years old. That age, that's where, everything starts mattering. Friends starts mattering more than family. Their encouragement gets quiet while the world gets louder. So they lose their confidence, and then the adults around them, they stop showing up consistently and constantly, right? Or they stop believing in them out loud. Confidence doesn't just disappear overnight. It slowly erodes, right? And unless something or someone intervenes, these erosions can unfortunately last for years. So, dream on purpose. I remember about 10 years ago, maybe about actually 11 years ago, my sister calls me on the phone and she says, "Joanne, I've recently discovered that our young girls, our youth has stopped dreaming and I want to do something about it. Will you help me put on a workshop?" And I said, "Sure, absolutely." So Dream on Purpose began with three women asking a simple but powerful question, right? Um, how can we help our youth to start dreaming again? What if confidence was nurtured early instead of trying to repair it later? And what we soon discovered is that one workshop wasn't going to be enough. These conversations began in late 2014, and by 2015, Dream on Purpose was officially formed. We realized that we couldn't afford to wait for girls to get into their adulthood to feel seen or heard or affirmed. What started off as something small, a workshop, became intentional. And it became intentional, and then it became transformational. And so for the last decade, the last 10 years, this organization has shown up for girls consistently, and we care, and we've brought in the community as a whole to love on our girls. Dream on Purpose has impacted so many in the last 10 years. And it's amazing to think that it's only been 10 years, right? Um, Little do we know when we had that conversation back in 2014 that we would be here today. So, I want to talk to you about some of our programming. And I'd like to begin with our signature quarterly event, which is Cupcakes and Conversations. So, we host Cupcakes and Conversations every quarter, and we've done so every quarter for the last 10 years. That's 40 cupcakes, over 40 cupcakes and conversations under our belt. And despite the name, it's not just about cupcakes, it's about creating safe spaces. So, this is where girls come, they sit at the table, and we talk about real life topics. We get to hear what they have to say about these issues that they're facing. We provide a safe environment for them, and we get to discuss the topics they want to discuss. So they pick and choose, they tell us what they want to learn about, what they want to talk about. And then we bring in subject matter experts, people who are in the field, people who know about these topics in and out. And they come and they offer insight to these young ladies, tell them what they need to know, bust all the myths, give them all the truth behind it, and answer any questions. And honestly, many of our girls tell us that this is the a safe space for them. For some of them, this is the first space where they could come and feel comfortable and share honestly without feeling judged or coerced or corrected. So being heard definitely builds belief, and belief is often the first step towards confidence. The next program that I want to touch upon is our crown placement program. Crown placement is a special one, and it was actually developed by one of our interns. And the way she explained it is that she wanted to put a program for our young ladies where they can help each other place crowns on their head and fix the crowns, right? So that it's not crooked, but it's straight. Meaning, support each other, help each other see each other as queens. So, crown placement is about identity. It's about reminding girls of something the world is very good at making them forget, that they're worthy. This experience focuses on self worth, sisterhood, strength. It's a little bit softer, so we get more into our femininity in terms of speaking about hygiene, speaking about nutrition, speaking about how we take care of ourselves. Very, very centered on wellness and wholeness and well being. And so at Crown Placement, it's not loud, it's not performative. You can literally watch their posture change from when they step into the room, and by the time they leave, they're feeling so much more confident. They're feeling restored. They're feeling regenerated. Usually, we host crown placement at Trinity Day Spa, and the girls enjoy free facials and manicures, pedicures before the school year starts. This is usually held in the summertime. So if you know anyone who would be interested in participating in crown placement, definitely send them our way. The next program that I would like to highlight is our DOP Reach program. Now, DOP Reach is near and dear to my heart. The Reach takes confidence into the classroom. And so it is a 9-week curriculum where we teach the young ladies all about self leadership. So, 8 C's of self leadership. This is a curriculum that was written by Tracy Berger and taken from the 8 C's of leadership by Dr. Schwartz. And I'm telling you, this program is really amazing. We go into the classrooms, we spend about 9 weeks. It's a school based leadership and self esteem program for high school girls, and it's structured, it's consistent, and it's research backed. We also have we have our facilitator, Dr. Dre Graham. who leads our sessions. And then we have two mental health licensed therapists who are in the room there to assist with any wellness or any, triggering topics, or, if they just need to speak to someone one on one. And we also have a program assistant who's also our research assistant. And we have our board ambassador, Ms. Jasmine Quarterman, who is a nurse at Shands, who attends every session. These sessions are also partnered with the University of Florida. We've partnered with the College of Education, where we're studying what happens when confidence is intentionally nurtured over time. So the results isn't just about the participation, it's about how the girls are seeing themselves. This is such an amazing program. The girls who attend the programs start seeing themselves as leaders. And this year, we've opened it up to boys as well, and we've partnered with Aces in Motion. And so we're bringing this program as an enrichment program to the Aces in Motion um, partnership after schools. So a lot of really amazing things going on at Dream on Purpose. So these programs that I mentioned are not the only programs we have. In addition, we host our CLI every year, Career Launch Intensive. Usually we partner with Lifehouse on that one, and it's a careers building program where we talk about the young ladies about what they want to achieve in life, the careers that they desire to be in. We create vision boards, we help them with resumes, we give them interviewing techniques, we talk about ways to be successful, and then we take them shopping so that they can get interview ready attire. Usually we partner with Ross Dress for Less, and we go in and they don't have to pay a dime. They also get free headshots, and then we host a networking mixer where they learn how to network. I mean, how amazing is that? If you could have learned how to network in high school rather than learning as an adult. In addition to CLI, we also host Flower and Power Yoga, which is a pop up yoga experience. These young ladies get to learn how to um, express themselves in the form of yoga, and which is great for their emotional well being. Also for exercise, it's just a great program. During COVID, we did have to pivot. We took it online, but look out for Flower Empower Yoga popping up at a location near you soon. In addition to that, we have Filming with a Purpose, which is another program that will be bringing back this coming year. We host an after school program where our young people can learn about filming, can learn about gun violence, and take both topics and create a documentary. This was a really successful program. We had a great time. Again, we had licensed mental health therapists on site to help our youth navigate this sensitive topic of gun violence. And then them working on the documentary and seeing their finished product showcased at the Hippodrome was the highlight of the program. So I encourage you all to be a part of Dream on Purpose and to take a look at all the different programs that we have off that we're offering. It's truly life changing. And in the past 10 years, Dream on Purpose has been able to reach and touch thousands of girls, youth, and their families. Hundreds of caring adults have stepped in as mentors, as subject matter experts, as facilitators, as supporters, as donors, as participants. I mean, these are real impact, and it's just not about the numbers. It's about the consistency. We've been showing up again and again and again, especially during the years that mattered the most. So I want to pause here and I want to be very clear. None of this happens without the adults that are showing up: our parents, our caregivers, our mentors, our volunteers, our community partners. I mean, the confidence for these young ladies to grow cannot start without the adults choosing to show up and to stay. And often you don't realize the impact you're having in the moment. It's not until years later that it becomes very clear that the work you're doing is actually being felt. So 10 years, yes, 10 amazing years. And, there's a statistic out there that most businesses don't last 5 years, right? Within the first 5 years of them forming, they're done. They don't last past that 5 year milestone. And to think that we are 10 years into this, it's truly amazing. And so I do want to share two major milestones that we are coming up against. First, our annual dinner, which is a celebration of our growth, a celebration of our mission. I mean, this is where the community and our youth and their families come together, and we just kind of gloat about the past years. We talk about our growth. We look at what's to come, and we recommit to the mission. And so, our annual dinner is coming up on January 24th, and I would like to invite you all to come be a part of this celebration. It is truly going to be amazing as we celebrate 10 years of impact. The second milestone, which is incredibly meaningful, is that Dream on Purpose has acquired a building. Yes, we have a permanent building, a home, a safe place. A signal to girls and their families that this work is here to stay. So, for the past 10 years, we've been kind of venue hopping, hosting events here and there, going where we could find the space, going where in the spaces where we have been invited. And now this milestone opportunity where we have a building is just so amazing. And we look forward to opening up our new venue next year and inviting you to our grand opening. So if you are interested in attending the dinner or supporting the dinner, please visit us at our website, dreamonpurpose.org/events. And the sign up sheet is there. We would especially love to celebrate with you. So now, age 12, right? So we've already established around the age 12. This is where the critical shift happens for a lot of our girls, right? This is where the change comes in how they see themselves, in how they view what is possible and what they believe, right? Even in some of their dreams where they kind of stop dreaming, this is often the moment where their confidence is either protected or they quietly lose it. And unless something or someone intervenes, this is the age that we kind of lose our girls. So I think that the most important thing that we can see that they lose at this age is their confidence. And this is where I want to pause because confidence is not loud, right? It's not brave, it's not perfect. Confidence is that quiet belief that says, yes, I belong here. So whether that's at home, in the community, at school, at work, it's that belief in knowing that I belong. And when confidence is restored, everything changes. And so this is a really important time for our young ladies. It's an important age for them to grow their confidence. It's an important age for us to pour back into them so that this confidence carries them into their adulthood. We talked about cupcakes and conversation. It's all about being heard. It's all about building their belief. It's all about teaching them that their voice matters. We talked about crown placement. They need to know that they're worthy. They need to be able to recognize their identity. They need to feel restored and regenerated. We talked about DOP reach and leadership. This unlocks their agencies. This helps them to become the leaders that we know that innately they have within them, layer by layer, year by year. This is how confidence is built. So, what matters, where your influence matters, this is the beautiful part, right? You don't need a title to make a difference. You don't need a special role to show up. You already matter, right? And whether it's mentoring, whether it's sharing your story, whether it's supporting a program, or simply showing up consistently, your ripple counts. Our president, Shireen, who unfortunately could not be with us today, she likes to share a quote about the ripple effect. And that quote goes like this. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Her quote is, okay, so I just had the quote. Okay, here it is. When you drop any new idea in the pond of the world, you get a ripple effect. You have to be aware that you will be creating a cascade of change. And so today, where is your ripple? How can you make your ripple count? Right? We always have rooms for mentors. We always need sponsors or donors. We love to hear what you have to offer. Everyone's story is inspiration. Everyone's test becomes a testimony. Where's your line of expertise? I'm sure someone needs to hear what you have to share. And so every girl deserves an adult who believes in her. And remember in the beginning, I asked you to think about that girl, that young girl. Well, I want to introduce you to Janquil Hunt. Janquil joined Dream on Purpose when she was 11 years old. She was quiet and she listened and she stayed. And today, Janquil is studying abroad in Brazil through the Rotary Club Exchange Program completely for free, fully sponsored, fully supported, and fully confident. She didn't need to save, she just needed to be consistent. And she was. And because the adults in her life showed up for her, her dreams have crossed an entire ocean. So every girl deserves at least one adult who believes in her. And I appreciate you all for letting me be here today. Thank you for believing. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a part of the story because dreams do come true. They absolutely do come true. And so at this time, I'll take any questions if there are any.
Okay, so what age do you guys start at?
We serve young ladies between the ages of 11 and 18. A lot of our programs are not just for girls, right? We do have programs where boys are also invited. And like I mentioned, our DOP Reach, Radically Empowering Agents of Change Through Hope, our high school leadership program, has now expanded to include boys as well.
So- And so, how would parents go on and sign their daughters up or sons for the ones that they can participate in? What is the process for that?
Absolutely. So if you go to our website, dreamonpurpose.org, dreamonpurpose.org, as soon as you get on the website, a form pops up. Fill out that form that will add you to our listserv, and you will receive our monthly newsletter. In addition, you'll receive any announcements, including up and coming programs and up and coming events. Definitely sign up. There's also dreamonpurpose.org/events. So if you ever just want to go online and look up the events page, all of our upcoming events are listed there. In addition, you can follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, and we are on X, formerly Twitter. And so updates are always coming out on there on our platforms. We're always posting, and we welcome any feedback on our social media as well. So if you're not following us, please follow us, comment and like so that our mission can go past our reach, right? So when you comment and like on our post or you watch our videos, that help other people see them as well.
Okay. And then is this a commitment, or is this just a pop in, pop out with that, which whatever programs that you guys have going on, or do you guys take the girls in and mentor them all the way through, or how does that work?
So the way our programs work right now, they're standalone, right? So we encourage everyone to come to every single event, of course, and we do have girls that do that. However, if you can make it to one event but you can't make it to another, there's no penalty there. There's not like a membership or anything at that of that sort at the moment. For our DOP Reach program and for our Filming with a Purpose program, those are commitment based programs. So once you sign up for that, we do expect you to show up to every session, right? And so, and it's a continuum, right? And so each lesson builds on the other, right? And so for our DOP Reach program, that's a 9-week program that meets weekly. For our Filming with a Purpose program, that's an 8-week program that meets daily. And so those are commitment based. Otherwise, our events are come as you are, come, you know, first come first serve if we have limited spots. So yeah, that's how that works. We're especially excited about our new building, because once we open up our space, we'll be able to expand our programming, hopefully make it membership based. Hopefully you'll be able to come in, pop in whenever you'd like, have a safe space where you could come in and explore different things, topics, etc. But the way it works right now is, you sign up for an event and you show up.
Okay. And then what is the cost? I know you talked about your annual dinner. And so is there a cost associated with that? And then what comes next? Because I wrote down the crowning, the crown placement, and that's normally in the summer. So is the cupcakes, conversation and cupcakes done for, or is it getting ready to start back up since we're in January?
That is correct. So, first, let me answer your first question. All of our programming is free. Everything is free for all of our participants. And when we talk about cupcakes and conversations or any of our events, we hand out what we call resource kits. Within those resource kits are usually items that help anchor, whatever they learned during that event. And that's also completely free. And so we believe in equipping our youth with the information and the resources to help them get to the next step. In terms of our annual dinner, that is a paid ticket for that, and that's the only time we charge for anything during our annual dinner. Also, of course, we are a 100% volunteer led organization, meaning no one gets paid. I don't get paid. The president of the organization, Shireen, does not get paid. Our board members do not get paid. Our team members do not get paid. No one gets paid. Some of our programs are funded through grants, and so we may employ independent contractors for those programs. However, the organization itself is 100% volunteer led. With that being said, we don't ask it for money, right? We need the money, but we don't like host campaigns where we're like asking you to give, except during the Amazing Give. And so we do ask that, you support us during the Amazing Give, which will be in April. And we ask that you support us during our annual dinner, the only time we charge for an event. What's next? So we have Cupcakes and Conversations coming up this year. Our career launch intensive is usually hosted at the end of the year, so we're looking to host that probably around the November timeframe. Our crown placement is usually held during the middle of the year, so we're looking at about July, August timeframe for that. And our cupcakes and conversations, it changes, right? So the different topics, the topics we speak about, it changes throughout the years. And so we have developed and we've come out with our plan for 2026 and the cupcakes and conversations that we're going to be addressing. But there is one cupcakes and conversations that stays the same every single year, and that's our college discoveries. And that one is all about college. How do you apply for school? How do you get scholarships? What does admissions look like? How do you apply for financial aid? So that also is coming up in around about August, September of the year. So we'll be rolling out our programming for the year shortly. That will be sent again in our newsletter. It'll be posted on our website, dreamonpurpose.org/events. And then, of course, we'll post it on all of our social media.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I think those are all my questions for now. And then in order to get in contact with you guys, we go on dreamonpurpose.org is the way to reach
Yes.
you. Okay.
Yep. And you could call us if you want to give us, if you're a phone person, you can call or text 352-247-4367. That is our phone number. Or you can email us at info@dreamonpurpose.org. That is how you email us. And of course, like I said, we're on all social media platforms. Um, I have to say that the last 10 years has just been so amazing because we get to see the impact of the work that we've done, right? And Janquil is just one of many stories. Her sister came to our very first Cupcakes and Conversations 10 years ago, and now she serves on our team as one of our board ambassador, or excuse me, brand ambassadors, right? And so it's amazing to see these young ladies grow from shy young girl to amazing, confident young women ready to take on the world. This work is meaningful. This work is impactful. This work can't be done without you. If you have a soft spot for our youth, or if you just want to give back, we welcome you to join us. Be a team member, become a board member, help with resources. Connect us to your village, connect us to your tribe. Speak to your employer about us. Right? Some companies have corporate giving programs. Speak to them about the Dream on Purpose to see if they would be willing to match donations and that sort of thing, right? We welcome these opportunities. And then for this year, we are bringing Cupcakes and Conversations Culinary Creations back. This one is all about cooking. We hosted this a couple of years ago, and our girls loved it, and they've been asking for us to bring it back. And so we'll be cooking a meal with the young ladies, baking cupcakes, and fellowshipping and breaking bread together, and enjoying the fruits of our labor. We'll also be bringing back Cupcakes and Conversations, Classy versus Sassy, and this is actually going to be held in Ocala. And so we do host a couple of Cupcakes and Conversations in Ocala. Last year, we hosted Cupcakes and Conversations in Jacksonville, and we're hoping to bring another one to Jacksonville this year. We will also be hosting Cupcakes and Conversations College Discoveries, like I mentioned. We're hoping to bring back Community Code. So we hosted a Cupcakes and Conversations a few years back where we did coding. And we, pulled out our computers and we learned how to build code. And this was really invigorating and empowering, and, of course, touching on our STEM. And so our young ladies asked for us to bring it back, and we're hoping to bring it back with an AI twist this year. And then we're also hoping to host Cupcakes and Conversations, Crafty Gemini. So what this one would be the young ladies creating and using their creativity and creating items from scratch. and then taking those items that they've created and selling them to earn income. And so, serving two purposes: showing young ladies their creativity, and then showing them how to be entrepreneurs, showing them how to take something that was nothing before and turning it into money. So those are some of the cupcakes and conversations that you could look forward to coming up this year. Super excited about it. Like I said, we're bringing Filming with a Purpose back. And so, if you know someone who is interested in storytelling, interested in graphics, in video editing, interested in film, interested in gun violence, right? Or have been affected by gun violence, this would be a
Mhm.
perfect project or perfect program for them to be a part of.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I actually because of what I do. I have a lot of people. I actually just went on and shared the information because I saw someone ask me last night, like, do I know any mentoring programs for high school girls? So that's why that was one of my questions is what are our age groups? And so I will definitely be sharing. We'll definitely get this video posted so that way our parents that couldn't join us are able to see this and encourage them to get their girls out there. So I'll definitely be referring some young ladies and young men over to you all to keep it going and just like you said, introducing the villages to one another because we all, we work better together. So to make sure that our youth are impacted in a positive way. So I am super excited about what Dream on Purpose has to offer, and that you all saw fit to come on and host with us and make sure that our parents knew about what you guys have to offer because it is amazing. And when you mentioned Dr. Graham, he actually used to be my supervisor a couple years ago, right here
Mhm.
in that same position that I'm in now. And
Very
so
nice.
I know that you have great people working for you and helping our kiddos out. So that was awesome to hear that he is a part of your organization and comes and facilitates and helps out. So that was great. And I won't hold us because I don't see any additional questions. But again, I just want to thank you so much. I would love for you guys to come back in a couple of months or so to host one of my webinars during the evening times where our parents can join and the students as well because I open it up to everyone so that way they'll, hear what you guys have to offer during the evenings. But thank you so much, Miss Joanne. I really, really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been great hanging out with you. Our birthday is coming up. I can't wait for us to open up our center. So keep
Yeah.
an eye out on that. Would love for you to be there. Would love for your audience to be there and just help us celebrate. If there's anything that you need or anyone needs, please feel free reach out. If you have any ideas, if you think there's a way we can be doing things better, if you know of any young ladies that could benefit, definitely send them our way. Thank you again. Appreciate your time. And I pray everyone has an amazing 2026, that this year is just full of a lot of good surprises.
Yes, I'm with you on that. We touch and agree.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a great rest of your day, and we will be in contact soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.